Hello and welcome. This is Zoey Gold. In today's video, we're going to take a look at things that are in your way of your true authenticity, your true happiness, and your true freedom. And the one thing that is very common is guilt. So ask yourself this question: how often throughout the day or a week you feel that feeling of condemning yourself, of not feeling enough, not being good enough, not doing good enough, and feeling of either being a bad person or doing something bad and really condemning yourself? Because guilt is number one thing that adds to the feeling of weakness, that adds to the feeling of disempowerment, littleness. When you feel really, really powerless to do anything, and you do it to yourself. I do understand that this is conditioning. There are different beliefs and different rules and different values that interfere with that, and the way you perceive the situation, those beliefs kind of influence the way you perceive yourself and the way you perceive the situation, the life, other people, and everything else. But even becoming aware of this, really understanding that this is a block, that this is not even true. It has nothing to do with who you really are. Because deep within you, who you truly are, at that deeper dimension, you're perfect. You're everything you've ever wanted to be and even more. On the surface dimension of you, on the personality, human dimension, there is room for becoming and growing and being a better person and learning new skills and achieving, etc. But at the deeper dimension, the dimension of the truth within you, the dimension of your essence and of your true nature, you already are. You already are the greatness, the magnificence of that divine within you. You already are awakened. You already are the best version of yourself you can ever be. And becoming aware of that, reminding yourself of that, and merging these two dimensions of you, the dimension of becoming and growing and learning with knowing of the true identity of you. That's the beauty of life. Now, when we take a look at this guilt concept, well, first of all, it is false because it is not in any way in alignment with that pure positive energy being of who you are, of that divine soul, of that part of the infinite whole, your essence. You can choose to act differently and do things differently in the future if you're not happy about something that you did or something that happened. But that's past, and that past is long time gone. And you can choose in this second to view yourself, to see yourself without the past. And that way you're healing the past. And you are perceiving yourself in this moment of now for who you truly are. The same thing you can do for other people, because guilt, it's that thing that you apply to yourself and you apply to others. So for others, it's more in terms of judgment, or being, again, this can be expressed as being unhappy about how they behave, what they do, what they think, how they communicate, and other things. And you also have a choice in any given moment of now to see them, the other person, whether it's your family member or it's a stranger on the street, for who they are. Look beyond the personality, the conditioning, the data, the baggage or mental garbage, right? Look beyond the physical personality towards the essence of who they are. And that thing you can do only when you come from being in true alignment with your true essence. That way, and only that way, you can see the real in them. And that way, you're free from resistance, because no matter how much you know about personal development, no matter how much you try to stay positive, you're triggered all the time by other people, by what they say, how they look, what they did, and the world around you. And you give reactions of resistance towards different comments, sometimes even different looks you get from people, right? And in any given moment of time, you have a choice to look at them for who they really are, to see the essence of who they are in them. That way, you're not coming from reaction or resistance or attack. An attack can be a slight irritation or something bigger, like a burst of anger or whatever, right? You're coming not from attack, you're coming from love. And by love, I mean that spiritual love, the whole array of positive emotions, of kindness and compassion, all of them can be categorized under that feeling, because there are only two feelings that you can experience if you can categorize them. It's either love or fear. And fear has a lot of human emotions that can be underneath it, right? And love as well. So here, when I'm talking about love, I'm talking about the spiritual love, and I'm talking about the whole array of positive emotion. So you can, in any given moment of time, you have a choice to look at the other and see beyond the personality to the essence of who they are. And that way, you're flowing love, you're feeling love towards them. You are not triggered, and you are not giving resistance or attack to them. That way, you are in your natural state, because love is your natural state. And the more you flow it, the more you are in that true essence of who you are, and the more your life works. And when you see them for who they are, and you flow love to them, no matter what they say or do internally, you heal them and you heal yourself, because there is no other. We are all parts of the infinite whole, and they, no matter how crazy the person acts, no matter how angry the person is, or how he or she acts out, in that craziness, it's just a call for help. A call for help, healing, freedom, and at the bottom of it, it's a call for love. And you can give it to them. Now, because we are in this physical game, in this physical universe, you can treat the situation intelligently, and you can act accordingly and say things accordingly that is required by the physical situation, right? But I'm talking about your internal projection and what you give internally, because things that you say or things that you need to be could be one thing, but things that you feel, they don't have to be a reaction of attack or anger or judgment or making them guilty. You can flow love, and you can look at them without the past. That way you heal the past. You look at them not because of the memories that are replaying in you, memories about you or them, or maybe even some other people who treated you in a particular way, and now you're projecting those memory and those things on this person. So you do not see the person, you see the shadows from the past when you communicate with this person. Now you don't have to do that. You can heal the past, you can let it go, and you can communicate with the person now, and you can see in them who they are beyond the conditioning, beyond their personality, physical personality, right? And that way you are in alignment, and that way you are giving that healing that the person is really asking for in his or her call for help, and it heals them, therefore it heals you, and it benefits the humanity. And that's the relationships you had with people a long time ago, when you came here, when you were a child. As far as you can remember your memories from the past, being a child, in your childhood, the early memories. For some people, these are too early memories to maybe even remember, but that's how you looked at the world. Without judgment and condemnation and fears and rules and beliefs, you were open. You were flowing love. You were feeling that essence in them through essence in you. And you were in that state of happiness and joy and freedom all the time. Most of the time. Dominantly. And it doesn't matter what happened then. It doesn't matter what you learned and what kind of conditioning you picked up and things that you saw and observed and lived through. Those were great life experiences. Thank yourself and your life for having them. Because a lot of great things were born from it. Every time when you look at something unwanted, great, the desire for improved experiences is born within you. So those experiences did benefit you, and they gave you clarity about what you actually want. Now you can give yourself that freedom. You can bring back that joy, the deliciousness and vitality of your essence in your relationships with yourself and in your relationship with the world. Because as I said, there is no other. When we started talking about guilt, it's both ways, towards them, judging them, or yourself, self-condemning yourself. Because when you condemn yourself, you are not allowing that greatness to operate through you. And when you're condemning yourself and see yourself guilty, you cannot not judge others and not see them as guilty. And when you see them as guilty and you judge them and condemn them, you cannot not feel guilty and not condemn yourself, because it is all interconnected. What I'm saying here is that it is time to really let go of the baggage, to really let go of the stuff that maybe was serving you at some point in your life, but does not serve you anymore. Otherwise, you would not be listening to this. And really operate from your true essence, from the truth within you, from that freedom within you, from that beauty within you. When you really are you, when you really are in alignment with the divine, when you are, and you know and you're aware of that dimension of you, and it comes to every situation, every communication, every relationship, and you heal the past by looking and being in this present moment and looking at yourself and them for who you really are and for who they really are. And you give yourself what you need, is that healing, that freedom, that love, and you give it to them. And that will be the healing of every aspect of your life, because the more you flow love, the more life works for you, because you operate from your essence and you operate from the real in you. and you can feel that freedom and that free flow and joy and happiness that is constant, that is eternal, that doesn't change. Because what is truth and what is eternal, that doesn't change. And who you truly are is eternal. It's true and it doesn't change. I hope this was helpful, and talk to you soon.